TTD Bhakti TV presenting Maharana Pratap Jayanti. Maharana Pratap was the great Hindu ruler of Mewar. He was the king of the Sisodia dynasty in Upar, Mewar. He was the only heroic person who did not accept the subjection of Mughal Emperor Akbar in any way. He was always engrossed in securing the pride of the Hindu clan. The love for valor and freedom was absorbed in Rana's blood, as he was the grandson of Rana Singh and son of Chaitak Singh. The most famous war in the medieval history of Rajasthan was the Battle of Haldi Ghati, which took place between the Mughal Emperor Akbar and Maharana Pratap. Akbar and Maharana Pratap's animosity was well known. The Mughals were victorious and inflicted significant casualties among the Mewaris but failed to capture the Maharana. Maharana Pratap Jayanti dates. Maharana Pratap Jayanti is a regional public holiday on the third day of Jyeshtha month in the northern states of Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, and Rajasthan. This means Sunday, June 13, 2021, in the Western calendar. This holiday marks the birth anniversary of an eminent ruler in the 16th century who stood for the strength of the Mughal Empire. History of Maharana Pratap Jayanti. Maharana Pratap was born on the 9th of May 1540 in Rajasthan. His father was Maharana Singh II, the ruler of the state of Mewar, whose capital was Chittor. As the eldest of 25 sons, Pratap was the crown prince. In 1567, Chittor was surrounded by formidable forces from the Mughal Empire of Emperor Akbar. Maharana Singh II decided to leave Chittor, and instead of capitulating for the Mughals, shifted west to Golconda. Maharana Singh II died in 1572, and after a power struggle with one of his brothers, Pratap Singh became Maharana of Mewar. Story of Maharana Pratap. As such, there are many stories of the life of Maharana Pratap. Story of Maharana Pratap, who still inspire people. But these three stories of Pratap are very famous among them. 1. Part of Akbar's army, Maharana Pratap was born in the fort of Kumbhilgarh. This fort is on the hill of Aravali, the oldest hill range in the world. The Maharana was brought up by the Kukka caste of Bhils. Bhil loved Rana very much. They were the eyes and ears of Rana. When Akbar's army surrounded Kumbhilgarh, the Bhils fought fiercely and held Akbar's army for 3 months. Due to an accident, the water source of the fort became dirty. After which Maharana had to leave the fort for a few days and Akbar's army took possession there. But Akbar's army could not stay there for a long time, and again Kumbhilgarh became Maharana's authority. 2. Elephant of Maharana Pratap. Must have heard about Chaitak, the horse of Maharana Pratap, but he also had an elephant. His name was Ram Prasad. Al-Badayani, the elephant who fought in the Battle of Haldi Ghati on behalf of the Mughals, has mentioned in one of his texts. He writes that when Akbar had climbed Maharana Pratap, he had demanded to keep 2 things captive, Maharana himself and Ram Prasad his elephant. The elephant was so intelligent and powerful that he alone killed 13 elephants of Akbar in the Battle of Haldi Ghati. To capture that elephant, Akbar's army made a circle of 7 big elephants and placed 14 muhawwatas on them, and then they could go captive. The elephant was presented to Akbar, where Akbar named him Pir Prasad. The Mughals gave sugarcane and water to Ram Prasad. But that loyal elephant did not eat nor drink the water of the Mughals for 18 days, and he became a martyr. Then Akbar said, "What will I be able to bow to the Maharana Pratap, whose elephant I could not bow before me?" 3. Chaitak's might. In the Battle of Haldi Ghati, without any soldier, Rana rode on his mighty Chaitak and walked towards the mountain. 2 Mughal soldiers were engaged behind them, but Chaitak, showing his might, saved Pratap by crossing a mountain-flowing drain on the way, which the Mughal soldiers could not cross. This leap made by Chaitak became immortal in history. This leap is considered to be unique in world history. Chaitak crossed the drain, but now his speed was slowly decreasing. From the back the hearts of the horses of the Mughals were also heard. At the same time, Pratap heard a voice in his mother tongue, "Nilaghora Asawa." Pratap looking back, he saw only one cavalryman, and that was his real brother Shakti Singh. Personal differences with Pratap made him a servant of Akbar, and he fought on the Mughal side on the battlefield. When he saw the blue horse going towards the mountain without any servant, he too followed him silently, but only to take both the Mughals to Yamalok. For the first time in life, The two brothers were hugged with prem. Meanwhile, Chaitak fell near a tamarind tree. From here Shakti Singh sent Pratap on his horse and he himself stayed with Chaitak. It is said that this Chaitak gave up his life. Chaitak became lame, khoda, hence the name of the tree also became Khadi tamarind. It is said that this stump of the tamarind tree is still present in Haldi Ghati. Hindu culture. Hinduism is one of the world's oldest religions. Hinduism is more than a religion. It is a culture, a way of life, and a code of behavior. This is reflected in a term Indians used to describe the Hindu religion, Sanatan Dharma, which means eternal faith, or the eternal way things are, truth. Hindu practices include rituals such as puja, worship, and recitations, jap, meditation, dhyan, family-oriented rites of passage, annual festivals, and occasional pilgrimages. The caption of Hinduism is Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu, Lokah Samastah Sukhino Bhavantu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinat Sarve Santu Niramya. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi.